"If you carry me up the stairs, I'll tell you a secret," said the sick little girl, her frail voice trembling, but her eyes sparkling with something that seemed stronger than her body. The mechanic, whose hands were rough from years of fixing engines and whose life had known only the weight of tools, paused at the bottom of the staircase. He had just been passing through, called by a neighbor to fix a leaking pipe in the building, when he heard the girl coughing in the hallway. She was no older than 7 or 8, her thin figure wrapped in a faded pink blanket, and though her body looked weak, her words carried a strange command. He crouched down, looking into her eyes, and for a moment it felt as though the world had grown quiet, as if the whir of his thoughts, the groaning of engines, and the weight of unspoken memories were silenced by this child's request. Before we dive deeper into this story, if you love emotional and heart-touching tales, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, The Kind Heart Stories. Your support keeps these stories alive and reaching more kind hearts like yours. The mechanic hesitated, unsure why he should obey a child he didn't know. But something about her voice felt different. It wasn't a playful dare or a stubborn demand. It was a plea, soft but filled with meaning. Slowly, he bent down and lifted her in his arms. She was lighter than he expected, fragile like glass, and her head rested against his shoulder as if she had been waiting for someone to carry her. The staircase seemed longer than it should have been, each step echoing with the mechanic's breath and the child's shallow wheeze. Halfway up, he felt her small hand grip his collar, holding tightly as though afraid of falling, though he carried her carefully. He tried to speak, to ask her name, to ask why she was alone. But her eyes were closed, and he feared that talking might steal what little energy she had left. When they reached the top of the stairs, he set her down gently on a chair by the window. She opened her eyes and whispered, "Thank you." The mechanic, puzzled but touched, nodded and sat beside her. She turned her head to him and smiled, a smile too brave for such a sick little girl, and said, "Now I can tell you my secret." His heart pounded, though he didn't understand why. Maybe it was the way she looked at him, as if she had chosen him specifically, out of all the people in the world, to hear the words she was about to say. Her voice lowered, fragile as a candle flame. "My daddy used to be a mechanic too. He said people like you fix more than cars. Sometimes they fix broken hearts." The mechanic froze. He hadn't told anyone, not even his neighbors, about the guilt he carried. The guilt of losing his own little daughter years ago in a car accident when he was driving her to school. His hands trembled, his vision blurred, and for the first time in years he felt tears fall freely down his rough, oil-stained face. This little girl, a stranger